Marvel has just announced the cast of Avengers Doomsday, and I gotta say, this is the dumbest fucking way to announce a cast ever. And before we get into the cast of who they did announce, let me just get into this just a little bit here. Because they did this whole live stream, and you think, okay, doing a live stream to announce the cast for a movie, you can kind of get behind it, introduce the actors, have them come out, talk a little bit. That makes sense, right? I don't know where Marvel was, but that's not where their head was at. They instead, as you can see by Edward's background, put a bunch of their set chairs behind him with their names on it, of course, and just shot it across. Now you may be thinking, if you haven't seen the live stream, okay, that makes sense. What's so wrong about that? The issue is there are 27 names, and it took 5.5 hours to get fucking through it. I don't know about you guys. I think most of you guys clicked off. I was one of the unfortunate sons of bitches that sat through the entire thing while I was working. And I gotta say, I'm a dumbass. That was terrible use of time because they put the camera on a chair, you stared at it for like 20 minutes, and then it moved. And you stare at that chair for 20 minutes. It's not even like slowly panning. You're just sitting there staring at a fucking chair. And then it just quickly moves. There's like a couple of changes, like Robert Downey Jr.'s in his, and Paul Rudd's chair is small because he's Ant-Man, but Jesus, this was terrible. I mean, the whole point of a live stream is get people excited, get people hyped up for this movie. I don't know about you guys. I did not get any hyper excitement from this as I'm staring at a fucking chair with nothing going on. Edward and I were like, we sat there for the first 10 minutes as we were expecting this big Marvel announcement, and we see this chair. It's like, okay, is this it? Then Edward clicks off, and like 5 minutes later, the chair moves. Like, oh wow, this is gonna be a whole thing, isn't it? And yeah, it was in fact a whole fucking thing. This was the dumbest shit Marvel's ever done to announce anything. There's no excitement, no energy. They could at least brought the cast out. There's this was shit.
Yeah, this was this is complete shit fest. So yesterday, we had we did the recording for Daredevil Born Again episode 5 and 6. If you haven't seen that, please go check that out. And so, like, I had a couple of pauses in between because I was on daddy duty. My wife was, out and about. And on one of my pauses, I think it was my final one, I told Griff, I'm like, hey man, I just got a phone call. My boy says that, you know, he just said, keep a lookout tomorrow. There's a big announcement from Marvel. That was it. He
Bigger
didn't
than
know what it was going to
RDJ
be.
coming back as Doctor Doom is what they said.
Well,
What
that
Marvel
that that's
said.
what
That's what
Marvel
Marvel
said.
said. Yeah.
Yeah, but as soon as he said that, and we were done for the night, I wrapped up and I was checking online. I did make a joke about it because DC, what's his name, James Gunn has had a couple of big announcements, in the last 6 months, and they've been just fucking lame.
His didn't take 6 hours.
Yeah, exact. Well said. So I just told Griff, I was like, it's probably shit, man. We're probably getting Black Panther 3 poster. And Griff was like, yeah, you're probably right. We see the fucking Chris Hemsworth chair. That was it. And I texted him and I was like, this better not fucking be it. And he was like, it may. So I stuck around for 10, 15 minutes, and I was like, it's funny because in between that, Griff was like, you know what, fuck this. Fuck your friend. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. And uh I was like, yeah, this is complete ass, man. So, but I ended up leaving, and he,
I just kept it
was
on the back as
working,
I
and
worked.
I couldn't give this shit my energy. I knew Griff was going to be updating me. I knew my friend was going to be updating me, and other friends were going to be updating me. So I was like, I don't need to have this shit in the background anywhere. It's funny. Some of these names brought a smile and a warm feeling to my heart, and as I'm sure is to most of you guys. But some of these fucking names, man, I really did was like, well, no shit, Sherlock. Like, they announced Pedro Pascal. Yeah, he's in Marvel's. I'm not throwing shit at the Thunderbolts. I'm actually excited for that movie. But Pedro is playing Dr. Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. That is Marvel's biggest project of the year. Even if that movie sucks, which I hope it doesn't, it is their biggest project this year, period. It we I think my kid knows it, that dude's coming back. You don't sign Pedro Pascal, who's I'll
One
say
of the
it.
hottest actors right
He's
now.
particularly Marvel's or Disney's, the Mandalorian, fucking the last, all of that shit. You don't sign them for one movie. So that was lame. That's the
Not to
Thor. You're like,
mention that, like, as Edward said, like, we're excited for the Thunderbolts. Yet this list confirms who lives now in the Thunderbolts. When before you could kind of place money on who do you think is going to die, and any of it could probably be true. But now we have a confirmed list of who lives and who dies, and at least who lives, and it kind of just takes away a little bit of the excitement from the Thunderbolts. We didn't need this early. We already knew the movie's in production. Let us know in the comments if any of these characters surprise you, because there are a couple that are pretty good, but I feel like most of these won't. Starting off, as we said, we have Chris Hemsworth as Thor,
we knew he was coming back.
Vanessa Kirby as Invisible Woman, Anthony Mackie as Captain America, Sebastian Stan as Winter Soldier, Letitia Wright as Black Panther, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Wyatt Russell as U.S. Agent, Thanos Muerta as Namor, Eben Moss-Bachrach as The Thing, Simu Lee as Shang-Chi, Florence Pugh as Black Widow, Lewis Pullman as the Sentry, who you'll see coming up in the Thunderbolts. Make sure to go check that out. We have Danny Ramirez as the Falcon, Joseph Quinn as the Human Torch, David Harbour as the Red Guardian, Winston Duke as M'Baku, Hannah John Kamen as Ghost, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Patrick Stewart as Professor X, Ian
He's gonna
McKellen
die
as
again.
Magneto. Yeah, Professor X is going to die for like the 20th time. Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, Rebecca Romijn as Mystique, James Marsden as Cyclops, Channing Tatum as Gambit, Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, and of course, Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. I feel like all of us knew about like 90% of this list, and I feel like there's still a lot of characters that aren't on this list that we're probably going to get. Like Tom Holland. Why these 27? Got no clue. Maybe they're just the only ones like recording scenes at the moment, but
I don't want to throw shade on any of these cast members because I think that they're all good in their, own sort of way. But the fact that this is the cast that Marvel's like, this is who's going to be in it, it leads me to believe that there's going to be really big ass surprises
I
that
think so. I think
we're
it's gonna be
not.
like Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, and I'm excited for that. I don't need to know more.
Oh yeah, I'm
I
still
I'm
really
s-
excited for this movie.
oh, dude, it's Doctor
Absolutely.
Doom. I've been waiting
Yeah.
for Doctor Doom forever. I just please get him right. Please, please, please.
Yeah.
And everything proves that it's going that way. Posts that RDJ himself has thrown out there on his Instagram. Uh, just make him Victor Von Doom from Latveria. Don't make him a fucking Iron Man variant. I'm okay if they have the same fucking face, just as long as they're not.
The
I
same character.
maybe I'm not making sense to the same person to most people, but I'm making sense to myself. Same fucking face. I don't care. Just make him Victor Von Doom from Latveria. Let him rule that bitch, but don't let him be some lame ass turned evil Iron Man variant. I don't want that. I don't
Yeah.
think any true fan of Von Doom wants that. Um, like I said, I'm excited just looking at Griffin's background. I don't need anything else. This is not one of those movies where I'm like looking for like, spoilers or I I don't need I know his origin. I know it very well. I probably know his origin better than I know my own origin, which is fucking crazy. But I don't need it. I don't need it spoiled, man. I don't need anything. Just have the dude do magic and science. My money's yours. My ass is there on opening night. I'll probably watch this bitch twice at the movies,
Oh yeah.
then a buttload of times on streaming. Trust me, Kevin, Marvel, Disney, you don't need to, do these kind of lame ass spectacles to get us there. I'm already there, man. Avengers Doomsday? Nah, bro, you're good. It's just the title. I do like the new and improved title. All they
Yeah.
did was like,
It's
highlight the green on it.
mm-hmm.
It's dope. I'm good. I'm excited. I don't need to know anything. I've read Secret Wars a ton of times.
It's
So I'm
good.
already like locked in, like hardcore. And I'm not one of these assholes that's like, it's not gonna be like Secret Wars. I know that. There's no way. I You don't need my blessing, but you have it. Just do what you do. I trust the Russo brothers. They have given us the best MCU movies. Maybe they just need to stick to that. Maybe they
I'll
don't.
be okay with
Maybe the
that.
shit. I'm totally okay with these dudes making sucky ass movies outside of the MCU. As
Yeah.
long as the movies they do for the MCU rock, I'm so good. I am excited for, as Griff said, we get a buttload of X-Men. And a lot of these X-Men I prefer to the new cast. Like Rebecca Romaine Stamos as fucking Mystique. She rocked it, man. She was pro like prosthetics and makeup. She's awesome. I do like Alan Cumming as I was gonna say Apocalypse with Nightcrawler, but Griffin is right. I'm a little worried. I don't know this if this dude's gonna be like
It's gonna be full
CGI me.
CGI.
God damn it.
I mean, they did it
Not a
for
fan
Beast.
of
They're
that.
gonna do it for that.
I know, but okay, so like with Kelsey Grammer, I was one of the dudes that would like when he was announced, a lot of people were like, he's fucking old. He's gonna kill that movie. He's gonna kill that role. I was like, no, no, no. Let's give this dude a chance. He's a he's an older dude, but he's big as fuck. He's not a small dude. I like Kelsey Grammer as Beast. I like his voice. And then this dude came out in full like makeup and prosthetics. I was like, oh, he's into this shit, man. I love it when an actor does that. But when I saw CGI Beast, just that shit was weird. He's got the little two teeth right here. Looks kind of like a dumbass. I wasn't digging that. I want to see prosthetics. Who knows? We're talking off out our ass right now. They may fix that. They may be like, shit, let's give them prosthetics and shit like that. Remember, it wouldn't be crazy for companies to hear us. Remember Sonic? You guys remember that first Sonic trailer? I still can't believe they listened to us.
Same. I'm very glad
They
they
could have
did
just
so.
rolled that bitch out. They could have just rolled it out. But for once, they were like, oh shit, is that bad? All right, let's fix it. And then people, of course, the same people that were bitching about how horrible he looked were like, now it's taking too long. But I'm glad they took their time, man, because shit, that was bad. So if they just fix it here, which of course this starts filming in 2 weeks, so they have the time to fix everything. I cannot wait for this movie, man. I want to be surprised. I want to be one of those dudes that doesn't know shit about it,
Yeah, we'll
other
watch the
than
one
what we
trailer and
already know.
that's it.
Yeah, this movie's getting one trailer from me. I'm not watching. They're probably gonna come out with several and TV spots and all that nonsense. But those tend to ruin shit. By the
Yeah.
time you start getting into TV spots, you start seeing too much. Teaser trailer. That's it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're excited for Avengers Doomsday and you want to know a little bit more about Doctor Doom, you can check out our video, Everything You Need to Know About Doctor Doom. We go everything into his origins, powers, and just absolutely everything you would ever need to know about the character.
He's badass, guys. I remember when people were like Thanos. I always was like, you motherfuckers don't know.